Alex Hormozy, he had basically come across a kid, came up to him and was telling him his situation and saying like, hey, listen, I'm broke right now. I got a 1-year-old. I'm working 2 jobs. I hate my life, right? Like I'm not getting ahead financially. I know some people out there, I know somebody can, right? Like relate to that. You're just not happy where you are, but you're working a bunch. You got all these responsibilities. And that was Alex's advice to the kid, which was basically get to work. Now he's telling him to go get the job, but think about all of the things that he told him to do to be able to do that. Sacrifice, right? Minimize everything. Go tell your family, hey, listen, I can't do this, right? I can't be here because I have to go here for now, but this is just the season. Most of us aren't willing to sacrifice to get to our goals and dreams. We're not willing to take that couple steps back. We're not willing to actually put in the work that's required to get to the life that we want. Whether it's you going and applying for a job, you know, we talk a lot about entrepreneurship on this side, but you going to apply for a job. Think of how he told him to go above and beyond for even getting a job. Most people submit some resumes and then head back to Netflix. Submit some resumes, head back to the video game. He said, no, what do? You set the timer, you research, you look at the HR person, you craft specific messages to them, you go above and beyond, you drive to the place, you go there, you say, hey, you shake hands, you say, hey, I know I submitted a resume, right? Blah, 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 but I just give me a shot. How many people go above and beyond just to get a job? Yet most people want to be an entrepreneur, and you don't go above and beyond to be an entrepreneur. If you won't do it for a job, you're not going to do it for yourself. That's the key. A lot of people don't know this about entrepreneurship, but I would always tell people the hardest working employees can become great entrepreneurs. The laziest employees won't become great entrepreneurs. It's the same skill set. Regardless, people say a lot of times, I just can't work for anyone. No, you just can't work. You just can't work. That's really what it is. You weren't willing to put in the work, regardless of if it's someone paying you a paycheck or if it's you trying to do it yourself. It's the work. The reason why I was able to transition, because I was the hardest working manager when I worked for the Cheesecake Factory. I was the go-to manager. I was the hardest working one. I worked 70 hours a week. I didn't get paid for that. I made less money than all the other managers there. I worked. So then when I'm like, why am I doing this for them? I could do this for myself. It was easy. I was already working. I wasn't the one coming in late, not showing up, calling off, missing days, not showing up, and then be like, I just can't work for anyone. I'm going to go work for myself. Nope. You don't have the work ethic. The stuff that Alex Hormozy's talking about. He said in there, sadness comes from a lack of options, but really it's a lack of ignorance. That's what we want to say. Instead of saying, I don't have the options, I don't have the money, no one's hiring me. No, it's, I don't know enough. I don't know enough. I don't have a skill set that people value. I'm not adding any value to anybody's life. Nobody needs me more than they need the other person. So that's the work we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. You want to take your life to the next level, you have to be more valuable to people. And he said something important. He said you have a wallet full of time and a wallet full of money, right? If you don't have a wallet full of money, then that means you have a wallet full of time. It's just you're not putting your time in the things that you, right, that are going to take you to that place. Your time is going to other places. That's why on these calls, I talk to you about self-management within time. How are you managing yourself in the 24 hours that we all get? Because that's your wallet, right? That's a currency that people want. If you don't have money, you have time. I often say, if you don't have money or time, your priorities are off, right? You're spending time and money in places that possibly you shouldn't. So we have to make sense of those things, but know that it comes down to you understanding more. Champions have world-class work ethic. This has nothing to do with anything outside of, are you willing to sacrifice and work? Like actually work above and beyond. Kobe Mamba mentality. Everyone else is doing one practice. I'm going to do 3 practices a day. Everyone else is making 10 calls. I'm going to make 40 calls. That is the work ethic that takes you to where you want to go. And of course, it comes with sacrifices. It comes with sacrifices. Alex said a great line in there. What? Volume negates luck. It's not about being lucky. Just do more. Do more. And it negates the luck part. Here's what it says in the text. It says amateurs work just hard enough to escape being fired. Their belief system demands they be compensated for every action they take on the job. If they can be overcompensated, that's even better. The pros have the exact opposite belief. The only way you'll ever outwork one of the great ones is to become one. They'll know there's no such thing as overcompensation, at least not in the long term. The pros know that a free economy marketplace will always correct itself. They also know the marketplace will richly reward a world-class work ethic and an endless stream of opportunities. The work ethic is the reason so many immigrants come to the free world and become millionaires. They remember where they come from and what it took to get them to the land of the free. They're so grateful for the opportunity to work hard that no one can convince them to slow down. Nido Qubein, a Lebanese immigrant, came to America with only a dream and world-class work ethic and built an empire. Immigrants are 4 times as likely to become millionaires as American-born citizens. This startling statistic boils down to one thing: a world-class work ethic. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to learn how to work. I heard this from, I think it might have been Grant Cardone. He said, it doesn't take money to make money. People always say that. It takes money to make money. Nope. It takes courage to make money. It takes courage to make money. That's why an immigrant can come here with no money and make money, because they have courage. Alex Hormozi talked about being rejected. When's the last time you took 1,000 no's? It doesn't matter what you do. If you're applying for a job, when's the last time you took a bunch of no's from the job? When's the last time in your business you took a bunch of no's? Hundreds of no's. Guys, you know how many no's I've taken in my business? We've been here for 11 years in business. I haven't had a job in 10 years. You know how many no's I've taken? You know how much rejection I've taken? You know how many people have quit on me? You know how many people stop showing up? You know how many people don't answer my call? You know how many? It's so much. But just like Alex Hormozi said, right? You either learn or you're right, or you're growing, or you're going to get the yes. That's why we're here. That's what you have to be willing to do to get to the life you want. You have to be willing to take some rejection. You have to be willing to take some no's. And for those of you that are parents, Alex Hormozi said it. If not for you, do it for your children. Do it for your child. A mentor of mine a long time ago said, Chris, I take all the no's so my kids don't have to take any no's. I'll take all the no's so my kids don't have to take any no's. They can get all the yeses. Now, that might not be great because you want them to take some no's, but that's what he said. So that's how we have to think of our lives. Are you taking the no's? Do you have the courage to go out and get the life that you want? It's not going to come to you. It's not just going to fall in your lap. You can't just think your way to it and then all of a sudden you keep doing the same stuff and all of a sudden you're a millionaire. It's not the way it works. You got to go grab it. You got to go take it. We just heard from John Maxwell last week, right? It's uphill. Everything great is uphill. So you got to go get it. How do you do that? You get to work. You have some courage. Go out there. Like, when's the last time you put yourself in that uncomfortable situation where you got butterflies in your stomach, where you don't feel great, where your back's against the wall? When's the last time you put yourself in that position? Or are our days just in our comfort zone, feeling the same things we felt yesterday, thinking the same thoughts we thought last week, in the same financial position, with the same relationships? Like, everything's the same. Why? Because you haven't broken out of your comfort zone to have the courage to go do something that you're not good at, to be a novice at something, to get rejected at something. It's what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it takes. Alex Hormozi fires me up because I know that that's what it takes, because I've been doing this. I know that's what it takes. Had a question in here that says, what if you're not naturally a courageous person? I love that question. Here's the answer. Build courage. Right? Not easy. Easier said than done. Like everything in life. Like everything. Easier said than done. Build some courage. How do you build courage? Face your fears. My daughter, I've given this example before. My daughter, she's 6. She gets scared of things. We push her through it. Once she does it 80,000 times. We were doing this climbing course, right? And she was getting to the top, and like the last 2, real scary. She was shaking. I can't do this. I can't do this. And we're coaching her, just do it. Jump, just do it. Keep going, keep going. She finally does it, built up the courage to do it. She did it another 15 times. She just all the way to the top and then down, all the way up to the top and down. That's how we operate as human beings. Sometimes we got to look at the children to understand how we operate. If you actually faced your fears more, you'd overcome your fears more and you'd become more courageous. You would slay the dragons, right? You have one fight and you win that fight, you have a little bit more courage to fight again. But if we don't put ourselves in the position to face our fears on a daily basis, if we're not pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone on a daily basis, we settle back in. We have less courage. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. I want you to win. These types of messages follow, these types of messages are the things that will get you to where you got to go. You need a fire under you. Tomorrow is July 1st, half of the year done. We're about to head into the second half of the year. What are you going to do? How are you showing up? How are you showing up July 1? Are you showing up with a plan? Are you showing up ready to sacrifice? Right? Are you showing up ready to take some rejection? How are you going to show up? I encourage you all to show up so that you can go after your goals and dreams, right? It's too crowded down here at the bottom, guys. It's time to get to the top of this thing. I love y'all. I want y'all to win. I really do. I know what it takes. I know what it takes. It takes you really being courageous and getting out there and pushing and sacrificing and not seeing your family and going against the naysayers and losing some money and taking some financial setbacks and crying late nights and waking up early mornings. That's what it takes. I hope you're all willing to do it.